Miss Universe 2026 is getting closer, and with each passing day, more candidates are emerging for this special 75th edition of the competition. In this video, I'll be presenting my August top 30 favorites to become our next Miss Universe. Welcome to the Miss Universe Predictions channel. Let's meet the candidates. We start this top 20 with Miss Curaçao. Bianti Gompertz, 28 years old, is a strong candidate who could easily help the country reclaim a spot among the semifinalists. Next up is Miss U.S. Virgin Islands. Jenna Monet, 21 years old, is a strong candidate who could surprise everyone and make it to the top. Now it's Miss Peru. Loren Marquez, 27 years old, is a candidate who's quite underestimated, but I believe with all her preparation, she can bring the country back among the semifinalists. At number 17, I have Miss South Africa. At just 23 years old, Bajabali's Taylor has the task of making the country a standout again, and I believe she'll do it. She strikes me as a very well-prepared young woman. We continue with Miss Paraguay. Greta Matiauda, 25 years old, is a queen who's preparing intensely, and every appearance shows she has what it takes to go far in the competition. Now we have Miss Democratic Republic of the Congo. Jessie Kalambai, 28 years old, is one of the strongest from Africa this year, a confident and extremely elegant woman. Next is Miss Argentina. Tamara Rogowski, 28 years old, currently sits at number 14 on my list, but I believe this spectacular queen has everything it takes to reach the top 5. At number 13, I have Miss Dominican Republic. Melissa Nunez, 28 years old, is exactly the kind of Dominican candidate who tends to go far at Miss Universe. And with that in mind, I believe her preparation will make her a strong contender for the crown. arrive at Miss Costa Rica. Mariale Acosta, 24 years old, is an extremely beautiful woman who knows exactly what she wants and will fight for it. Keep an eye on her because Costa Rica is coming for this crown. At number 11, I have Miss Czech Republic. Sofia Osako, 22 years old, is already an experienced candidate, having competed at Miss Grand International. Rest assured, this girl can bring the country back to a semi-finalist placement. Kicking off my top 10, I have Miss Myanmar. May Grace Perry, 31 years old, is a strong candidate for Asia this year, quietly becoming a major favorite. She's stunning and carries a majestic presence. At number 9, I have Miss Netherlands. Melissa Botema, 26 years old, is another candidate coming from Miss Grand International, with an incredible catwalk that will certainly be one of the best in the competition. Next is Miss New Zealand. Georgia Waddington, 24 years old, is a great pick for the country this edition. This woman radiates a winning aura with a flawless face, exactly what we all love to see in a Miss Universe. Keep your eyes on her. She could easily land in this top 5. At number 7, I have Miss Venezuela. Clara Vegas, 24 years old, is a candidate who's been constantly evolving since she was just a contestant in her national pageant. I'm sure she'll arrive at Miss Universe even better than she already is. Now I have Miss Brazil. Marcela Kaczynski, 26 years old, is a candidate who has everything it takes to bring Brazil back into the top 5 after years away. With intense preparation, she could arrive at Miss Universe as a true champion. We reach the top 5 with the beautiful Miss Uganda. Michelle Daka, 29 years old, carries the responsibility of representing her country in its Miss Universe debut. She's an extremely confident, elegant woman who arrives as a strong contender already, one who could make history just like Botswana did in 1999. At number 4, I have Miss Spain. Susana Medina, 27 years old, is another candidate coming from Miss Grand International. She's always been one of my favorites, and I believe this Miss Universe will be no different. I see a queenly aura in her that will hardly miss a top 5. In my top 3, I have Miss Chile, Dominga Lopez, 25 years old, and out of the country's recent representatives, she's the candidate I see with the most potential to reach the top 5 and become our next Miss Universe. This woman has a one-of-a-kind aura, and if well showcased, she'll leave everyone at her feet in the competition. As my first runner-up, I have Miss Puerto Rico. Jennifer Barreto, 27 years old, is a wonderful candidate who's ready to make history. The country couldn't have made a better choice to host this Miss Universe, and right now, she's definitely the Latina to beat. My Miss Universe 2026 remains the magnificent Miss Philippines. Bea Milan Windorski, 24 years old, is more than ready to become Miss Universe. She's a woman with pageant experience, an impressive speaking ability, and a one-of-a-kind catwalk. She carries that same magnetism we saw in Catriona Gray. Will she repeat history? At this moment, I see this crown on her head, ready to make history and become the country's 5th Miss Universe. Those are my 30 favorites for the month of August for Miss Universe 2026. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below with your favorites. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.